Hello again and welcome to the Echo Chamber, Episode 2. A quick recap for those of you here for the first time. All letters here are 100% genuine, they were sent to the companies involved, and where available, any replies are included. All letters are written by me and translated into English by Anne-Marie. First up today is a piece I sent into the local newspaper. I'm not sure that it got published, but way back in 2006. Looking back at it now, I'm amazed at how it still rings true. It could well have been written yesterday. After reading your article, Boss Urges Town to Get on the Buses, midweek 17th of January, I felt compelled to voice my opinions. In said report, the co-owner of Carousel Buses urges Wycombe District Council to ease congestion problems in the town and for people to leave their cars and take to the buses. I found this to be a very amusing prospect. As a non-driver, I vowed to never set foot on a Wycombe bus, preferring instead to ride by taxi, since despite the cost, at least they turn up. Now I have a car, you're going to have to work damn hard to get me out of it. Never in my lifetime did I expect to utter these words, but Wycombe Council are not to blame. Since long before the current congestion problems, you were lucky if your bus turned up at all, let alone on time. On several occasions, I've missed my bus because I'm just supposed to know through psychic power that they decided on a whim to pick up from a bay down the other side of the bus station without telling anyone. I have no idea how often this happens because, as I've already stated, I would rather walk, swim, crawl, etc. I've been thinking it's about time we had something more modern as a transport system. Has anyone tried approaching the council about horse-drawn carriages? The message is quite simple. Stop cancelling random buses without notifying people, make them turn up on time, and make them show up at the right stop. Then you can criticise others. Last week I introduced you to my issues with 3 Mobile. As you'll see, this became a running theme throughout the contract, and we're only just getting warmed up. This next instalment comes from April 2008. Dear Sir, as a relatively new customer, I've had the privilege of remaining blissfully indifferent about the service being provided to me. As long as my phone will make and receive phone calls, and my 3G modem will connect to the internet, I'll continue to be mildly satisfied. I regret to inform you that as of today, I now have an opinion. The exceptional service your call centre has provided to me has left me mortified at the idea that anyone could treat their customers so badly. Allow me to explain. When I entered into my 2-year contract at the end of January this year, I opted not to take out the insurance as the modem would not be heavily used or mistreated, and I knew that should it break down in the first 6 months or so, that it would be seen as a defect in the product, resulting in a replacement unit being issued. During the last week, the modem stopped working. The power light did not illuminate, and when the cable was touched, it would flicker. This to me indicated that the socket had become detached from the circuit board and required repair. I contacted the technical support team on 500 and they proceeded to tell me to try both cables in the unit. I repeated the symptoms to them and warned them that I feared taking those steps would damage the modem further. They insisted that I do this, and against my better judgment, I did so. The socket sunk partially into the unit and resulted in my laptop instantly shutting down. They requested me to repeat the process, and again on a second computer. By this time the socket was too far recessed to be accessible with the cable anyway. They agreed to collect the modem and have it looked at. It was collected the next day. 2 days later I received the modem back from the repair centre. No documentation accompanied it, only a feedback slip was enclosed. The modem looked perfect until I tried to use it, when the socket promptly sank back into the case again. I phoned 500 and waited in the queue for in excess of 15 minutes before deciding that nobody will ever answer and ending the call. Again I phoned the next day, and after waiting on hold for 10 minutes I was informed that an invoice was being sent to me. They explained that the unit had liquid damage and the socket was physically damaged and as such cannot be repaired for free. I'm unsure of what your repair centre fixes if broken units are off the menu. I'm aware that to purchase one of these models on pay-as-you-go is £60, so please explain to me why your colleagues insulted my intelligence by billing me £127 to fix my one. I've argued that the socket on this item was obviously defective, and that the damage they refer to was caused by following the technician's advice under protest, but still your laughably named customer service staff refused to either repair or replace this modem. I've requested that my contract be cancelled with no penalty, as I obviously do not wish to pay 22 payments for a service I cannot use. I later attended the local 3 shop and explained the story to them. They attempted to help me, to no avail. Whilst there, I spoke on the phone with another colleague who informed me that I had been phoned and had been told what had happened to the modem, and that I was considering my options. This is a blatant lie. It took 2 phone calls to the 500 line to ascertain what exactly you'd done to my modem. This is information which should have been included with the modem in its return, and spending in excess of 30 minutes paying to find this information out is wholly unacceptable. I requested a refund on these costs and was simply told that all customers are made aware that the phone call is chargeable. This is essentially holding customers to ransom, and I've no doubt that you profit from these calls. I was under the impression that customer service was all about keeping customers. However, your staff have only succeeded in ensuring that I'll leave for another network at the first available opportunity. Having contacted Trading Standards, I've been informed that the Supply of Goods and Services Act 1982 states that equipment provided to me must be fit for purpose, and they feel that any item that breaks down just 2 months into a contract is plainly defective merchandise. I therefore formally request that my modem be repaired or replaced within 7 days. If you fail to satisfy this request, I shall commission a second opinion on the state of the unit and issue court proceedings against 3, as you obviously are not providing the services I pay for. Yours sincerely, Gareth. There's more to come from 3 Mobile, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You can also find a link to our Patreon account in the description below, where you can get early access to our videos.